Hello adventurers, it is I, Slowest Adventure, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So for today, it is a Monday, and Mondays for November, I'm either doing a Magic Monday or a Borg Monday. And today, I've decided to tap into Borg. But this will be a little different. So instead of doing a playthrough of one of my Borg adventures, I'm actually going to show you how you can use this supplement and implement it into your solo sessions using the system. So this is Lords of Death and Illusion by Gabrielle. This is a GM-less competitive role-playing game, and you need at least 2 people to play with this. So you can use the Borg, Troika, Hell Knight, or Warpland games if you want to add it with that. It's not needed, but I think with some of those themes surrounding these types of systems, it'll kind of like add a lot to your game and session. So the basic premise of this particular game is it is a collaborative storytelling kind of game. And so the main thing about this is there is this sense of mystery behind how you describe a spell or a calamity that will kind of start off how the game will play. So players will take turns to act as DMs, or in this case, Dark Masters. So they will roll a d6 and hide the result, and then they would narrate a spell or a calamity. And then after the storytelling, now players have to kind of decide if they are telling the truth or not. So that would be either death or illusion. So death meaning they have accepted the stated result, and illusion will mean that you don't accept the result and you want to challenge the narrative because you think it might be some sort of trick or illusion. And then basically with this game, there are different ways for the story to kind of evolve. And so here you have the Table of Chaos. So you do have a d20 that is kind of set in the middle, and this is considered the Chaos Sphere. With the Chaos Sphere, you won't be able to hide the die result or use your relics. So there are these really cool, powerful things that you can get throughout the game. So basically, I think when you roll a 1, you can obtain a relic, and it only has like one single use. But anyways, yeah, so the Chaos Sphere, it has like these tables here that have just really interesting ways for like the story to progress. Like for example, you have here like a bad omen. Another example would be maybe a mob has gathered to put an end to your wickedness. Another one, let's see, there's like a carnival day, and that kind of does some like really interesting stuff with your players. So yeah, so this is going to be a video about how you can actually use this and use it as inspiration for a Borg adventure. So for Borg, this is how you are using the Borg like setting. So lords are composed by the wretched royalty, esoteric hermits, heretical priests, and occult herb masters. So those are different classes in here, and all face against each other in the pursuit of power and of the dark blessings of the blasphemous gods of this forsaken realm. All lords start with a random retainer. So the random retainer, so you can have a familiar, a pet, a servant, and then let's see, on a roll of 20, so the Chaos Sphere, the basilisk returns to end this forsaken world, which will perish in 1d6 rounds. Okay, so that is a little bit of Lords of Death and Illusion. So if you want just like a quick summary here of the flowchart. So the DM will roll a d6, hide the result, the DM narrates what happens, and then the DM lies or states the truth about the presented conflict. And then adversaries, so all the other players who is not the DM during that round, they state if it's death or illusion, and then those that state death must roll to beat and match the DM's result to avoid a tragedy. and those that stated illusion oblige the DM to reveal their result. And then end of turn, and then each player will take turns. So anyways, yeah, so I haven't played this with an actual like group of friends, but I have noticed that a lot of the tables in here would be really, really cool to use for a Mörk Borg adventure. So I've actually tried to do my own little solo version of this game, but honestly, with the death and illusion part, like the true or false kind of part to it, it's very hard to play that solo, because I was trying to do it with like a little oracle and maybe see if maybe a 1 to a 3 would mean it's an illusion, a 4 to a 6 would mean it's death, but it just started to get really confusing for me, so I actually kind of gave up trying to figure out solo rules for it. But instead of it just being just for a two and more player kind of game, I thought for this it would be a really cool like setting or prompt here. There are certain classes that you can use that will kind of fit the theme of this game. So I was actually thinking of the heretical priest here. Yeah, so that is the character that I kind of came up with here. And my character, his name is Heiru, and he is hunted by the two-headed basilisks. And he has different items on him. He has rations, a crowbar, a lantern, a list of sins, and then he kind of just has this this big craving for like religious power, and he's kind of against the two-headed basilisks here. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that's interesting about him. Oh, he murdered his mother, sadly, because she was trying to offer him as a sacrifice to the two-headed basilisks, and in defense, he murdered his mom. So there's that. But anyways, so for this particular adventure, we can do a couple of different things of trying to figure out how you want to craft your adventure prompt for a character. So for him, I thought it would be really interesting to either start with a couple of relics maybe that he might be interested in trying to hunt down for to stop the two-headed basilisks from hunting him down, or we also have the Table of Chaos, so the Chaos Sphere. So we can do that too. I think what I want to do actually is I really want to try the Table of Chaos here. So I think the Table of Chaos will be really interesting. So let's move our dice here, and yeah, okay, so let's roll d20 and see. So we got 15. So 15. You meet an adversary in an arcane duel. Choose whom. You must both roll attacks at the same time and cannot hide results. The winner of each attack delivers a tragedy to the loser. You may persist on this duel of fates until one is slain or until one decides to leave after receiving a tragedy. The victor will keep the relics of the defeated lord and play a metal as fuck song. That's cool. Alright, so for our Chaos Sphere here. So the Chaos Sphere, we have rolled on it, and the Chaos Sphere is telling Heiru, our heretical priest over here, that there is in the near future an adversary in an arcane duel, and that is his death. Maybe he has a vision of how he will die. So there is an arcane duel that he must prepare for. So this particular adventure prompt, we can now use this as a way to keep going with this adventure and make it into a campaign. And then maybe there is a particular relic that he should find in order to maybe stop this adversary. that he's destined to fight. So let's see here. We have to roll a d12. Okay, so that was a 1. So torque of wickedness. Okay. This bronze adornment features the crude face of a smiling imp on its center. You may use this to cause an additional tragedy on a failure, or to destroy an alliance. Okay. Now, that is cool. So I think for this, the torque of wickedness. So maybe this is the particular relic that's needed to defeat his, let's see, his like adversary. We can also interpret torque of wickedness in a totally different way too. Like we can even see if it is maybe like a certain scroll that he needs to find, perhaps. Yeah, we can do it that way. So torque of wickedness. So maybe that could be an unclean scroll, not a sacred one. So torque of wickedness, tongue of, does this say Eris? A creature of your choice is confused for 10 minutes. Okay, so it could be that one. Or it could be, let's see, what else? Actually, Demon of Capillaries. I kind of have a feeling Tongue of Eris, that could be what we're looking for here, now that I think about it. I feel like that's the best way to interpret torque of wickedness. So it could be the Tongue of Eris. A creature of your choice is confused for 10 minutes. So in the little fine print here of this particular relic, so it says here, laugh wickedly, in italics here. So I was kind of thinking like maybe this torque of wickedness, this is a unclean scroll, and perhaps the user of this spell has a very strange and intimidating, wicked, evil laugh that actually distracts and intimidates the creatures around the magic user. So I can kind of see it in that sense. So this is what I like to do when I'm using sources outside of what's in the core rulebook. So I love to interpret words and see how it could fit with what's in here, or I can completely make my own. So that is my tip for you if you are interested in using supplements like this, is to just be creative and try to think of ways of how you can add this into your session here. So I'm gonna say here it is an unclean scroll where your wicked laugh distracts creatures around you. So it says here for 10 minutes. Yeah, okay. So for 10 minutes, so that might be a really good way to kind of leave the adversary in the duel, leave them as vulnerable as they can, and not have like a really good defense. And then in that moment, my character Heiru can come in and strike the adversary. So yeah, so this arcane duel, so he is a heretical priest. Like maybe there is a two-headed basilisk follower or something who is trying to hunt down Heiru. So Heiru has a hunter who is the two-headed basilisk priest, and he is trying to find Heiru over here. Yeah, okay. And yeah, so now we have like an entire adventure here ready. And then if we want to look into settings, so we can have it set in Galgenbeck. And then table of retainers. Maybe we can give Heiru a little sidekick. So yeah, so let's see. We have 3. So we gain a trusted ally. Okay. So maybe our trusted ally could be another priest or something, and then we can find how they like met. Let's see. We can roll on this table. I love this table. So we have, I think that was a 1. So we rolled a 1. Pursued for manslaughter. There is a bounty. Okay. Yeah. So maybe the priests here, so we have 2 priests, Heiru and then his ally, so maybe they are both wanted, pursued for manslaughter. There is a bounty, and so they're both wanted, and they are trying to run away and survive. But then we have Heiru over here who's telling his friend that he has received a vision that they are going to be in a arcane duel of some sort with one of the followers of the 2-headed basilisks, and they need to find this unclean scroll, the Torque of Wickedness, which will be helpful in defeating their adversary. So yeah, so we have here a whole adventure kind of mapped out, and then they're going to be trying to figure out where they could find this Torque of Wickedness. Let's see, what other tables could we use in here? Let's see, we can even use drives. Like maybe there is a certain drive that the adversary has. So let's see. We have here a 4 power. Okay, for what is the path of the sorcerer if not a quest for power? Yeah, maybe this priest who is a beloved follower of the 2-headed basilisks, maybe he is kind of worried about the potential and the power that Heiru and his ally have, and he wants to stop them before it gets worse or they become stronger. So anyways, yeah, so that is a little bit about how you can use Lords of Death and Illusion in your Borg game. I'm glad that I was able to at least come up with a unique way to use this for a solo adventure using Borg. So yeah, that is our adventure prompt for Heiru over here. So that is how you can use this for Borg and play it. So yeah, I hope that was a fun and interesting way for you to kind of use a supplement outside of what's in like the core rule book, and maybe try to like add something new and different, create your own kind of thing for whatever system that you're using. So I will put a link in the description below if you are interested in checking out this designer. He has a bunch of really cool stuff. But yeah, that is it for today's adventure in Borg. I hope you enjoyed. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much, adventurers, for all the support. Until next time.